So, welcome back to Starfield. This is going to be a little bit different because basically I've stopped series in the past for no apparent reason, and this time I'm going to be stopping a series, but I feel like I need to explain why. Because it's Starfield. What the hell? What happened there? Okay, so yeah, jankiness abroad incoming. This is going to be like one solid stream, but I'm probably going to separate this into a couple of parts on YouTube. So the YouTube version may end up having cuts of other things that I intend to drop in support.
I understand.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Directly.
Anything I can help you with?
Dr. Salvato, how long?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
So as you may have noticed, I am not in the place I left. I went on the hunt for a specific location for me to be able to do what I wanted to do in regards to my ship. And yeah, that kind of made a plan for me. It's going to be easier if I just get the gear out and then I start. No. Yeah. I want one with more cockpits. So I can get that one, which gives me a lot more. So with that in mind, let's start talking about what I want to talk about. So I've been looking at a lot of reviews in regards to this game, people putting out their opinion about sort of what they expected and what happened. So with that in mind, I need to do a little bit of storytelling because, wow, that all came off in one bit. So I never played Morrowind or Daggerfall or whatever they're called. I kind of, in the modern vein of this type of Bethesda game, technically started with where's reactors there? Started with sort of Fallout 3 in its modern capacity, but I have played Bethesda games before then, and before they got into the Elder Scrolls game. My first couple of Bethesda games are a little bit weird because it's actually the Terminator games that they did in the early to mid 90s, which is where I come from in regards to the game. And it's a very unusual situation to be in, because it's like Terminator 2026, Terminator Future Shock, and then the last one was Skynet. And so I've come at Bethesda from quite a long time playing, as to say. But Bethesda kind of made their name for open world RPGs, and to me, they had been making progress in that regards. But this game is a little bit different. They say it's been 20 odd years in the making. 25 years in the making. And yet it doesn't have that feel that it actually has been in the making for that long. The game has a lot of strange design decisions, we'll call it. Let me guess. Engines, right? Choose mass, add engines. Okay. And they kind of have made their reputation on these type of games. And if you look at sort of the history, 2008 Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas technically, but that was Obsidian. Then you got Skyrim in 2011. Then you got another version of Skyrim in 2013. 2015 Fallout 4, 2016 Skyrim Special Edition, 2017 Skyrim VR, 2018 Fallout 76, and then a couple of years back Skyrim Anniversary Edition. They have made a lot of games where it's you won't let me there we go. Okay, we're out a little bit more. That's more thrust. What do these give? Try it. And, you know, it's very strange for a publisher to, well, a developer to have lots of other games. Really? That's how it goes on to there? Okay. And with Bethesda games, you kind of accept there's a little bit of jank in the game where it's not quite right. There's things that are special. And let's do you. One error. Exceed its reactor class. Well, that's new. So, oh, that's why. They were too pokey. Okay, let's try flipping you. And we'll try one more. Okay. And light check. So yeah, there's always been a bit of jank with these games that Bethesda make. They kind of fell in love with a certain type of game engine, and I can sort of see why they did. Am I going to be able to get away? No, that's not the one I want. They kind of get away with things because it's expected that there's going to be problems with the game. And the concern that I have is that they rely a lot on modders to fix their games. They never sort of... Just need to flip that. Of course, another warning. Okay, we'll just get rid of that one for now. And J for colour. How can I do all? F control. Okay, that's what we'll leave that as. So that's our new ship. Fantastic.
Here now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late?
And I kind of think it's made Bethesda sort of lazy in regards to their QA on their games and actually doing things. To me personally, this game actually feels like a bit of a step backwards in regards to what they've done. And oh, that looks nice. So there. Boink and boink. So here's one of the first things that I've noticed. If I set there and set a course. Oh, I can't do that because the ship is docked. Okay. I can't think of another game series that,
All green on release.
well, another developer that's put so many games out that are wholly reliant on the modding community fixing it. And they kind of rely on that and use that as a way to get out. Now, I think there's been a lot of compromises done in this game in regards to what they originally intended and what we got. Because right now it's saying fuel consumption 15 and I've got 70 capacity, so it's going to use a bit of my fuel. But if we jump, what we're going to see is magically, when I go back into that menu,
Jump complete.
You are entering United Colony space.
if I go in here and say come out and decide I want to go to Sol, there is actually a point to all this. So set course. All of a sudden our fuel consumption is back full. We haven't docked anywhere, we haven't gone anywhere, but our fuel consumption, our fuel has been topped off just by doing the jump, which is very, very strange. And I don't know if there's anything in universe to actually explain why it works like this. It's a artificial limitation that they're putting on the player. So you've got to get skills to improve how far you can jump and better equipment. Because you have this limit, but then again, the limit just completely resets when you go somewhere else. It's
Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
It's very weird what they've done.
Nice jump. We're right on target.
Yes, fantastic. Oh yeah, I can reassign some things. Actually take one off, always leave one in the gravity drive. So, it's very bizarre. Now, another thing that it shows is we can obviously land there, but you can pick anywhere to land. And the problem that I have with this is it's all procedurally generated. Yes, there's 1,000 worlds in this game to be able to visit, but only a select percentage is actually really handmade. So what I'm going to do, I haven't done this test. Yeah, there. So in theory, I should be landing in a crater with another big crater to the southwest.
Setting down, everything in the green.
So, let's exit the ship.
Early grav drive experiments were conducted near this location.
Yep. And we are not in a crater. If we bring this up, no, it's not that. It's not that. Not that. What's the button? Sorry, I've been messing about playing on controller, so I know what it is. Nope, it's not that.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied. Goodbye for now.
What are you? That's that. There we are. Right. So with this up, we can bring up the surface map. And it does appear that it's nothing like the area I set down on. And as you see, it's basically procedurally generated and instantly put a lot of things for you to be able to explore. Like there's something over there. So they're artificially dropping lots and lots of things in the world for you to visit. And the thing that is kind of frustrating for me is I'm a big sci-fi person. I am very much into the work of NASA, and we have very good information about this planet and what it looks like, what the terrain is like, and they're using our current representation of the moon in this, but yet the moon that you actually are on isn't actually that moon. It's a procedurally generated one. Because is that my shadow? No, that's Vasco. So even though it says that we can visit the moon, it's actually not the moon. And I think the other problem that they ran into, they needed a reason to make it so you couldn't visit the Earth, because we know what the Earth is like. We know where we should expect large towns and cities, and they could just plow the game size alone, just populating Earth the way it should be represented in about 100 years' time, because that's about where the game is set. They didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot barge pole, so they've kind of made Earth not visitable, which is sort of a little bit sad, really, because they are more relying on the procedurally generated to be able to generate the entire universe that you're in. And oh no, I should have zoomed out. It's this point. So all these stars, there'll only be a few things that will be handcrafted in each and every system, if that. And it's just a shame, because one of the things that interests me is the moon. And it's just very, very bizarre that they went down. Well, it makes sense that they went down this route to do it. But it's a shame, because, like, I've played space games since the mid-90s. Yes, I did have access to the first ever Elite that was released in the mid-80s. So I was always impressed. I was impressed with Elite the first time that I actually got to understand the technical achievement that they had done with that game, whereby it was, you couldn't look at it. I watched a video on space games yesterday, said that you can look at Elite, the first one, as the first open world game, and it is kind of true. And it was also procedurally generated, which is an amazing accomplishment for the time that it was made. And we as players are trying to find that very same level of wonder and space. A lot of people I've watched talk about this game, and it's got lots of loading zones and things like that. I don't have an issue. I can demonstrate this from here. Once you've been to a place, you have fast travel. So a lot of people are kind of going, you know, get into your ship, that's 1, sit down, animation, launch off, 2, go to another system, 3, go to the planet area that you want, 4, go onto the planet, cutscene, and get out. They did do a good job in regards to being able to do this. Let's go here. And like that, I've gone to another system.
You have entered restricted space.
And I've gone to the wrong place. That's the other frustrating thing about this, is I lose track of where I started. Olympus, missions, probably the, let's go main. Okay, we'll flag that, so I am right. I am in the right place. Oh, there's 2 systems. And yeah, there is a question about immersion and how going through all these loading zones takes you out of it. And they had to come up with something. I'm not defending them. I really do feel that the problem that they have got in regards to making this game is actually the limitation of their game engine, and it's not able to stream a world, well, multiple worlds like you would in Oblivion or Skyrim. So you kind of have to accept off the bat that of the thousands and thousands, well, of the 1,000 planets there are that you can visit, we shall put that in speech marks, only a small fraction of what you visit is going to be handcrafted.